Today we're going to talk about a real quick one, which is hip height differences or hip hikes. I have a lot of people come to me with this one, runners, track and field athletes, jumpers. And a lot of times it'll come associated with knee pain. So everyone will assume it's the hip on that side that needs to have that fixed. And the answer is a lot simpler than what you might think it would be. Because what if, when we have a hip height difference, say we have right-sided knee pain, what if that hip's a little higher or a little lower? What if it's not this hip, but it's the fact that we need this hip to be able to shift to level out that pelvis? Another example is me standing here on this box. If I stand with one foot up and one foot down, my right hip is higher than my left. Now, people always want to focus on this hip being the problem. What if it's that I need to get this hip to move up and down? I can simulate my right hip being higher on this side, but if maybe I need to teach this hip to get lower and longer, and I need to take my pelvis this way, so then I can level out both of these motions and create a nice stable level pelvis. Take this client, for example. She came to us with right-sided knee pain with running and jumping, and she complained that she felt like her right hip was always a little bit higher than her left. But after some careful strength testing, we realized that it was actually a left hip weakness, which led us to give her this hip hike drill, which teaches that pelvis to drop up and down on a stable left side, but it's working that left hip, which is pulling the right side of her pelvis up and down. After a couple repetitions of this and working on it over about a week or so, our hip height difference started to normalize, and our right knee pain actually started to improve. No manipulations, no vast changes to anything. It was just that we were overloading the right knee because our left hip didn't want to shift in that plane very well. So sometimes it's as simple as just teaching the opposite hip to drop and raise versus trying to change any kind of crazy pelvic obliquity. This is not a blanket statement. This doesn't solve everyone's knee pain, but it is a really cool example of how sometimes your knee pain can be a really simple shifting stability thing on the opposite hip. Plus, really cool way to solve that hip height difference that you might be experiencing.